Hey there Facebook, it is Vanessa here again, your speaker, trainer and coach from Live, Love, Give, and today I have a message for you all around anxiety, because I think that this is a topic that every single one of us as human beings experience some form of anxiety, whether regularly or infrequently, whatever, but it's really important to understand where our anxiety is coming from. And that's really why I wanted to bring today's message to you guys, which is all about the fact that anxiety walks a really fine line between terror and excitement. And I really want to dive into that. And I really want to empower you guys with knowing that you do have some form of choice in terms of which side of that line you end up experiencing from your anxiety. So you're going to experience terror, disappointment. I like to call that the bad kind of anxiety, or the unhealthy kind of anxiety. Or are you going to experience excitement and kind of a new realm of enthusiasm and juice, to get going in an empowering, healthy version of anxiety? And the reason why this is coming up and why I wanted to share it with you guys today is because very recently for me, I found myself walking the tightrope of anxiety and just like not knowing quite which side I was going, whether this was just like way too much anxiety and I'm just going to get into overwhelm here and not be able to keep moving ahead, or is this the good kind of anxiety that's like, whoa, it's like that feeling of like you've been edging up on that comfort zone, and you're just reaching the outer limits of your current sphere of comfort, and that anxiety that you're feeling, it's just that like, well, it's like really scary to like venture out into the unknown and leave the safety, security and comfort of what you do know behind. And so what I really do believe is that what makes the difference between you feeling like you've got anxiety that is crushing and absolutely disempowering, unhealthy, you're in terror, you're scared, you're unable to move, you're overwhelmed, versus the kind of anxiety that you can easily make that shift into excitement, energy, juice, like thriving in the uncertainty and getting to a new level of your potential. What makes the difference between those two versions of anxiety is really what you're focusing on. So really what you're making things mean, what you're focusing on, and the actions or inactions that you're taking as a result of what you're making things mean. So for instance, I can shift, and this is what I've done personally. I've been feeling quite physically anxious, and when that happens for me, people tend to do one of two things. They either go like extreme in terms of like they want to eat. For me personally, I completely lose my appetite and I kind of have to force feed myself when I get to that level of anxiety. And I don't think we need to live here. Like, I just want to put this in here right now. But ultimately, what we need to do is to figure out, which side of the tightrope am I currently on? Have I gone beyond the good side of anxiety, and I'm not feeling the excitement? I'm actually like stopped in my tracks, and I'm just overwhelmed physically. I want to just go and distract myself over here with whatever sort of food or sensory sort of pleasure, or am I in that realm of anxiety where it's like, oh, I can't eat, I can't focus on anything else. I'm so focused on this and it's so scary because it's unknown, but I'm actually getting really excited about it. And so I really just want you guys to think about, what am I focusing on? Am I focusing on what could go wrong, or what could go right? Am I focusing on what I stand to lose here, the comfort of my, comfort zone here, or what I stand to gain, like thinking about thriving in the uncertain realm and, leaping over in that leap of faith into something higher and greater and more extraordinary? It's dependent on what we're focusing on. And for me personally, I tend to go through these real states of anxiety every less than a year, maybe every like 10 months or so. I have like a drastic evolutionary change in my life, where I take a huge leap of faith. And I haven't planned this. This is just the patterns upon reflection. This is what kind of tends to happen to me. I'm constantly learning and growing, but then with that learning and growing comes major shifts in our evolution, and it means you have an experience, usually identity crises, because you leave your past self behind, and it's kind of like a death, a grieving process, and a rebirth. And that's what can generate a lot of anxiety. That anxious feeling is coming from an uncertain future. But you get to decide, is that uncertain future, does it look good? Is it filled with possibilities and excitement and expansion and evolution? Or are you focusing on it, that uncertainty of the future being scary, unknown, everything, you could lose everything could go wrong? And that's what makes the difference between your experience, which ultimately determines your actions based on whether you're like going to stop in your tracks and feel scared and terrified and not move forward, or you're going to get excited and move forward, like even though you don't have the answers, and you're going to start moving in that direction and back yourself. So hope this is all tying together. I feel like I'm kind of like a bit all over the place today, but I'm really hoping that me talking into anxiety and how you are always walking a really fine line between terror and excitement, between disempowerment and empowerment, between, what you stand to lose versus what you stand to gain. And you have the power to make the shift and change by determining what you're going to focus on, what you're going to make things mean, and whether you're going to believe in a better future or you're going to doubt it. So, you are the believer or the doubter, so you've got to choose. And ultimately, whatever we choose there is going to determine our results, because it's going to determine the experience that we have, which therefore, impacts our emotional state of being, which therefore impacts the decisions and actions we take or not take, which therefore determine your results. So it's really important to understand that the feeling between terror and excitement is literally a millimeter. It's either side of that tightrope, and you get to decide. So let me definitely check in with you guys and see who's been able to join me. And if you have any questions or comments or feedback or whatever, you just want to say hi, definitely shoot me a hi now, and I can't wait to connect with you. But I've got Sam, hello to you, my friend, and Jeannie, and Hassani, and Adrian, much love to you, and Sarat, and Nesta, and Alexandria, and John, and Maricine, and Sanula, and yes, I love that you can join me live, Alexandria, awesome, and Lajasa, and Kim, you're so welcome, grateful to have you here, and Obadul, thanks for being here, and Sam, loving that you're finding this a great topic on anxiety. I think, like I said, anxiety is something that is part of the human experience, but it's our meaning that we place behind the feeling, the physical feeling, that can make the difference between us using that to empower ourselves or to be disempowered in our lives. So we've got to get intentional by understanding that we're walking a fine line between terror and excitement, and your meaning that you choose in that realm, that focus, is going to determine your results. So absolutely. Love that, Sam. And Julie's here, and Safan, and Phil, and Judy, and Kane, and Amy, and Stephen, and Mark, and Tony, and Jody, and Jamie. Awesome. And Richie, I don't know what you're saying there, but Elliot's here as well. So, guys, I really hope that me talking into this has supported you and helped you. And Sam, yes, identity crisis, shifting and rebirth got me lost and had to do healing to find myself. Absolutely, and completely resonate with that. I think there's a process, there is, that new area of growth that when we first step into our comfort zone, it's a new level of potential that therefore becomes a comfort zone as we grow and learn and expand. And then as we keep edging up to that, that top level of that new comfort zone, and we've done that learning, we've done that shift and that changing, and we've healed ourselves to that new point, then we have to, we kind of go through that identity crisis again. It's like the death and the grieving process, the healing process, the expansion and the evolution till we reach that top level again, where we therefore death, it's that constant cycle of our evolution. And that's really how we feel most fulfilled. You know, it's Tony Robbins who said that progress equals happiness. So true. But in order to progress, we need to jump out. We need to be able to leave the past self behind and expand and believe that a new self is, you know, going to be more compelling and more fulfilling moving forward. So absolutely, Sam. Totally. So guys, that really was my message for you guys today. I hope that it's got you thinking. Next time you feel that anxiety, take a look at the line that you're currently kind of trying to be steady on. How are you feeling about it? Is it good anxiety in terms of, am I just edging up and I'm challenging myself to enter a new realm of my potential here? And yeah, it's scary, but that's exciting because I trust in a better future by doing this. Or am I so focused on looking behind me and looking in the past, and it's keeping me limited, it's making me feel really terrified and scared because I'm focusing on what I stand to lose as opposed to what I stand to gain. And you know, that's what makes the difference. So I'm really hoping that it'll get you thinking next time you are experiencing your own anxiety, and definitely get you shifting to create more of a compelling future and excitement for all that you stand to gain rather than focusing on all that you stand to potentially lose. All right, so, and Jonathan's just joined. Nice to have you, Jonathan. I hope you catch the recording and get a ton of value from today's message. As always, guys, I'm sending you all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, everything extraordinary coming to you, to wherever you are in the world today. I absolutely hope it's beautiful and amazing and extraordinary, and I hope you're doing something amazing with your Sunday or Monday, wherever you are in the world. I'm sending you all of my love. Can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. And Angela's from Idaho, America. That's awesome. And Sam, you're so welcome. Much love to you all. Can't wait to see you guys tomorrow.